kind of on there because we need some questions.
That's why I pulled it up here so we can kind of
yeah.
look up there, because I'm so used to looking there, and then I was like, we're gonna be able to read it up here and see ourselves and
Nice.
see.
I hope somebody can join.
Right? No one joins. So you're like, but we're still 2 minutes
yeah, we're still
before
early.
3, so
Okay,
some people thought 3 o'clock, but we'll be ready when they get here.
Yeah. So yeah, we might have some more takers for the other adventures. I might do another one.
Oh heck yeah! January 3rd is going to be the next one. So
got it. Okay.
That's going to be our New Year's one.
Oh yeah, New Year's and then a Valentine's and then
Valentine's and
St. Patty's.
Yep.
Cool.
The Hunt for the Green Key is going to be in March.
Okay.
So it's going to be fun. Like I think there's going to be a lot more people interested now that we've gotten one winner.
Yes.
Like I'm excited though. I think that was fun.
It is a great idea. It is just a really good thing to get people out, do fun things, exploring.
I was thinking like, gosh, what can we do during COVID? Because obviously travel, Boise State's not traveling. You know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, what can we do that's COVID safe and fun, but people can be with their friends and family at the same time?
Exactly.
And that's when I came up with this. Like I was like, I think I have an idea.
Yeah, brilliant.
So, hello, when you come in, say hi. So, type in so we can see you and see who you are.
Yeah, there's one person.
It should tell us like
on the right,
who people are when they join, but it doesn't.
Oh, free. Woo, we're gonna be celebrities.
Right?
I love how it does look like a beverage. Oh, there's hi, Amanda.
Yes, we see your comment now.
Yep.
Perfect. Welcome. Oh. We'll wait for a few more. Oh, look.
They'll just jumped off.
They're like, wow.
That's funny.
I don't know how this works. Like, because people come and go, and it's like, is it kicking them off? Are they?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I think when there's one, that's us.
Yes, yes, definitely. But yeah, I've only done Facebook Lives. I've never done YouTube Lives. So I don't know.
So at 3:01, we'll get started. So
okay.
3 o'clock now.
One person's back. And that's Amanda.
Amanda, are you related to Jace? I saw that Jace Nelson was also hunting. Oh, 2 different Nelsons.
One other person.
Anyone that's new, go ahead and say hello so that way we can see who you are. And we're going to go ahead and start talking about this whole thing. So this is Sarah Collins. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Sarah.
Okay, so let's see. I've been in Boise since 2002. I love these little treasure hunt things. I also do geocaching, so it kind of gave me a different thought about how to find this darn key. So yeah, that's about it, I guess.
Perfect. So just so everyone knows, Sarah and I have met before. I own a travel company that we go to Boise State games, and Sarah has been on one of my trips. A few trips before.
Quite a few, yep.
So I kind of had a feeling it was about a 50-50 chance that it would be someone that I knew, because I had told so many people that I knew that I was doing this. And so we had 78 people on this first hunt, and probably about 40 of them were people I recognized. So I knew I had a 50-50 chance of it being someone that I had interaction with at some point that won this first clue. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited. I did not think it was going to be Sarah, because I was watching things you posted, and it didn't look like you were anywhere close from what I was seeing.
No.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with the riddles, and we're gonna start with day one, and then Sarah's gonna tell us where she was at that point in the game, and we'll go through all of them till now.
Totally.
And so, as we go, if you have questions, type them in. Go ahead and type in and say hello, so we know who else is watching because we don't get to see who you are. Hi, Amy. So the first riddle on day one, which was what, Saturday,
Oh, yeah, Saturday.
was a robin was whistling in the twigs where I stashed the key. On Dasher, on Prancer, on Comet, on Vixen, it sing out gleefully. A guy ran up yelling, a deer, and out of the village they flew. Behind the bull, unless there's snow, I'm hidden but in plain view. So Sarah, day one, like when you read
Yes.
that riddle, what were you thinking?
Gosh, I was kind of well, I thought first it would be in some kind of where some small plants are, twigs. Like I thought, okay, it's got to be maybe in a park or something like that. But then my husband, also who helped me with this, really fixated on the village. So we decided maybe it was at the village in Meridian, which this is ironic because I hate driving down Eagle Road, and B, I hate going to the village. Sorry if you like that place. There's just a lot of people. So we tooled out there. Oh, and then that last comment, behind the bowl, that stuck with me literally every minute of every day. That is what I focused on and obsessed about. So anyway, we went out to the village, and I also thought, well, maybe it would be at Kleiner Park. There's kind of a bowl there, an amphitheater, something like that. At the village, there's also these big deer, various little other things. But then I thought, why would this be hidden in such a public place? Or maybe it's in plain view, like on a Christmas tree. Who knows? So anyway, the bowl thing, we also then started focusing on like what looks like a bowl. So I thought maybe some of the skate parks, and I was like, well, there's just too many people there, but so we didn't venture there. So basically, first day, I think we did mostly village.
Most day the village. Did you guys do the village on day one? Anyone else? Like, is that where you guys were stuck at?
I think
out at the village.
A little bit. Then after the village,
oh, Amy didn't.
We ventured to Ann Morrison because there's a deer sculpture there. So then we started obsessing about the deer. Where can we find a deer? So then we went to Ann Morrison. No luck there. So I think after that we kind of was like done.
So then we go to Sunday.
Yep.
And the riddle was, the little birdie told me you couldn't find the key. With all the flashing lights, it could be hard to see. While checking out a bouquet, a Canadian said to me, she's a pretty one, eh? And what a bright and shiny key.
So this part, let's see. I think I obsessed about the Canadian part because I thought that's just something funky. Like, why would he say Canadian when he could say American or whatever? But it part of the rhyme. So then what I started also doing was those days, is there some stuff in there that are just baloney, or is it really part of the clue? So I think what we did was flashing lights. Oh, I know what we did Sunday. We went down to the darn Christmas tree at the
on the Grove.
At the Grove, and the one at the Capitol.
Yeah.
Because we thought it's an ornament. Maybe it's just hidden on the tree. There's flashing lights.
Were you able to get close enough to them to like?
Well, not the
get
Grove.
An ornament off if there would have been.
No, not the Grove, but the one at the at the Capitol building. Yes, you could get right up to it, but it was very windy and freezing cold that day. So we barely. I think that's all we did that day. I was like, and so I kind of fixated on Canadian and bouquet. We started thinking florists.
Yeah.
And so then we.
Did that make you think about going back to the village? Did you think maybe there's a
florist? Ironically, day 3, my husband goes back out to the village.
So let's read that one. So day 3, a cat just wandered over and chased the bird away. Off toward the Rockies, he flew in my dismay. Is that a blimp in Boise? Surely it can't be. I know it's cold, but you are bold. Spread goodwill while you hunt for the key.
Yes. So I think that was day 3, or maybe it was
Yep,
day
that's
4.
day 3.
Well, I mean day 4. He went to the village again, day 3 or day 4, I don't remember, but was there for like 6 hours because he started obsessing. There was a Twigs there, which is a
Yeah,
restaurant,
Triggs
and
restaurant.
there's a tree in there, and then we kept being like, it can't be inside. And then we watched the live video. You said it's not inside. We gave up on that. The Rockies, we kind of toyed with maybe Rocky's Diner, but then we gave up on that because it was closed or whatever. The Blimp, I admit, I obsessed over. So what we did on day 3 also was we thought we went down to BSU. So behind the stadium, we assumed maybe the stadium was a bowl. Next to there is the workout facility that looks like a blimp from the air. And then next to that is also a band hall. So what we've kept seeing is words about music, gleefully and singing. And so we're like, it's got to be on the Greenbelt. So I think we actually went there day 1 and day 3. That same area, just walking up and down the Greenbelt, looking in those emergency foam boxes. My husband went a little crazy that day, just looking at BSU. So
Interesting. I never thought of. Did you guys?
Yes.
Anyone else think BSU area at all? Like,
and
Amy,
then
I love that you went to the horse race track and thought that the reindeer were horses. That's
yeah. And then also with the wheel
that's a good one.
reference, we
You were
thought
thinking outside the box.
people wheel on the Greenbelt on bikes.
Oh yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
amphitheater, we also obsessed about it. But
In Julia Davis Park?
no, the one at BSU.
Oh
It's a
yeah, the
grassy
outdoor
one. But what was funny was above in the way top, there's this big bushes there. There was literally a gold like briefcase, and we're like, oh. And I was scared to open it because I was like, that's weird. We opened it, nothing was in there, but it was literally like one of those like, what was those games online that had the numbers?
Oh yeah.
The $1 million games.
Yeah.
But that was what it
Where
looked
you
like.
guess the number and the
Yes.
codes open the
Yeah, it was literally
with Howie
in
Mandel.
the bushes. So anyway, so we did. So anyway, no, we were still rabbit holing down that. Yes. So no luck so far.
Amanda thought Julia Davis behind the bowl of the stadium. Like
Yep.
she went there like
Well, and Julia Davis, interestingly, when she got married, her maiden name was something else. She was from Canada. So then I started obsessing a smidge about
thinking about
being
that.
in Julia Davis. But
That's hilarious.
yes. Yep. We had many, crazy ass tangents.
So day 4, which was yesterday.
Yes. Ooh, yeah, that was a doozy.
I even have today's riddle on the bottom here that I'm going to read to you guys later in a minute. Just to let you know how done with this that I was like, people, you're going to get this today or else. So day 4.
Okay.
Jack tiptoed through the tulips to hook that big fat cat. The old dogs across the boulevard sure are digging that. Hope these clues don't give you insomnia. You're one of the survivors, dear. If you make the final cut, put on your jeans and strut, you're sure to be man of the year.
Okay, so what started happening around day 2 or 3, I thought that there was significance between the uncapitalized and capitalized words. So what I started doing was collecting all the letters to see if that was a riddle, like a sentence or a word. And then I started obsessing about existing words that were built into other words. So like Dasher had ash in it. Blimp had lip in it, Canadian. I don't know. Just
so
like
you were looking at words inside of words.
Yes. So then I was just kind of so anyway. So this day 4 was very more randomish than the others, kind of. So interestingly, we had Dave's, my husband's son, over. We had written down all the words: the jack, tulips, hook, all the capped ones. And in that thing, and he was like, I think those are movies. And I'm like, movies? Okay. So we Googled them, and a few were movies. So they
How
went
many
on.
of you guys figured out the movies?
Yeah, that was interesting. That was really interesting.
I feel like probably everyone. Did you guys all out there like Did you guys all realize those were movies?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so then what happened was then they went off to the flicks because they were adamant it was at the flicks. Well, they didn't find it. So then I researched. Oh,
Did they know the other, like, why the movies were there at that point?
No. So
Not yet.
they just knew it was movies. So then they went over. So then they kind of went to the flicks, gave up, and then they went. Then I googled some stuff like the 18 comment. Thought maybe it's related to a golf course. So on Overland, there's a Hillcrest, there's a freaking theater, and then there's a hair salon. Yeah, then there was a hair salon, and then there's this, ironically, then we became obsessed somewhat with the fairgrounds because there's lights there that can distract you.
Oh, so you did go there?
Yes, we did go. Yes, we did go up there.
And you saw probably all the cats.
I didn't see. Well, I didn't go. My husband did this.
Oh, God.
He went over to the.
Amy can tell you there's plenty of cats out at the fairgrounds.
Oh yeah, she must have went to buy like over way
the
back.
Racetrack.
Yes, yes.
And there's like hundreds.
Yes.
Amy, how many cats do you think there were? Like, just tons. She sent me a picture.
Yeah, I used to bike through there, and they had like some people feeding ferals, and they don't fix them, so they just go psycho. But
yeah, so, there were so many. She sent me a picture. She's like, look at all these cats.
Yeah, so we did kind of scope out bowling alley. There was Hubcap Alleys, which was wheels.
What made you think bowling alley?
The bowl. I was obsessed with the bowl.
Got it.
I was not
because I saw some other people were going to the bowling alley, and I was like, why are they going to the bowling alley?
Yeah.
But I didn't want to ask anyone because I didn't want to give it away that it obviously was not at a bowling alley. So, but I was trying to figure that out in my head.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, because we're trying to think outside the box. Okay, so then also yesterday, my husband went over to the Village.
Again?
Not the Village. Village on Vista Village.
Oh, yeah.
And this one was freaky. Is at Vista Village, there was Jack in the Box. So there's Jack. Yeah. Then there was Bowl, which could be Ceramica. And a teriyaki place, Bowl. And then there was Hook. So there was a seafood restaurant there. And then there was a hair place, not called the Final Cut, but a hair place. I mean, all these freaky coincidences. So he thought it was there.
So then he was on to that one.
Yes. So that's awesome. So anyway, day 4 was kind of a craziness. So anyway, we figure out the movies, but then they gave up that evening. Well, that evening I kind of started looking through the titles.
But they figured out that
they were just movies. That's all
they
knew.
Just figured out movies.
Then I started Googling them, and I figured out the Robin Williams tie.
Got it. How many of you guys?
Yeah.
I see Amanda has Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Did you all figure out that Robin Williams was in every one of those movies?
That was a really, that's when it started clicking. And so then I thought, I knew Williams Park and I knew Marion Williams Park, but they didn't have. Oh, Amanda knew right away.
Yeah, Amanda.
Well, good for you, because that took me freaking like all day to figure it out. Because I knew Man of the Year movie and Jack maybe, but literally I've not seen any of those. They're just not.
Yeah, there was very few.
And Hook, yeah.
But during that time also, I had put out the patch clue on Facebook.
Patch?
That the blimp flew over the patch for Patch Adams.
Oh, I didn't get
We'll go over some of
every
single thing had something in it that was very important to it.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So anyway, I figured out where I'm Williams. So then I ixnayed those 2 parks because I thought there's none of this other clues like tie into that. So what I clicked onto was the Facebook clue, the Garten, Garten. That one clue.
Oh yeah.
Because it wasn't. I knew.
Because I spelled it that way on purpose.
Yes. So
that. Did anyone else catch the Garten? Garten. Did you just think that I made a mistake and didn't know how to spell? Which is true. Just not that time.
Yes. Oh, so he kept saying Patch, and we thought Patch Adams. Well,
yeah, they were looking by St. Luke's.
Yeah, and
Amanda, were you looking with Rachel Poindexter?
I was thinking that because of the deer down there with the sculptures, but then I thought there's no bowl. I was obsessed with that bowl comment. And I was like, that's when it keeps triggering my head. So then the Garten triggered me that I knew there's the Schnitzel Garden Eagle, and then the park called Hofgarten, on Boise Ave, and I was like, okay.
So did you know about this place already? Like,
yes.
have you been there before?
Yes. I drive by it literally every day, and I visited there. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
you are
Yes.
close to that. Like, I know
Yeah.
where you live, and
Yeah.
you're just down the street from it.
Yes.
And I was scared to death that someone that lived in that area would get it immediately.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I think it's because I'm not driving as much. You know what I mean? Because what happened was, okay, so this morning overnight when I went to bed, I thought it's got to be in that flipping park. I just thought that. So I got up in the morning and
But you had not gone there.
No, nope, not
What made
there.
you think that it had to be there?
The Garten Comet, Gartem. That's all it was. I didn't get.
And you knew that it was called Hop and Puff
Garden. Yes, I knew the name. Yes, yeah. Well, it's because I work in parks, so I knew that.
Yes, she works at Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, but that's the
We're
only.
We're not going to hide another one in a park. We'll teach her.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing when you said it was open 24 hours a day. I was like, okay, it's probably in a park, even though you're not supposed to be in it, but that's okay. Like, we won't turn you in or anything. So this morning, I was going to an appointment. And I was like, I'll go to that darn park. Well, another comment was the bones. I know in my bones that somebody will find it or something. And I saw that chiropractic place was across the street. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, bones. And I thought it was initially in that Oregon Trail thing because there's wheels and Oregon Trail and that other big fat cat comment for Garfield Elementary.
Yes.
That's when I started clicking it. So when I visited, I went there.
I felt like no one got the cat idea.
Well, I only got it till the day 4, which was weird. I don't know why. It until you said big fat cat, it didn't click. So this morning I went there and I couldn't find it. I went to both places. I couldn't find it.
Did you not see the bowl?
No.
It's the only thing in the park.
Well, it's rocks. It's not a freaking bowl.
No, but it looks like a bowl.
Well, yes. So what I did is I came back 3 hours later and I said, I'm not giving up until I find this freaking thing. And what I also noticed is all the wheel, the bouquet, and the deer on the signs.
So you had to know you were there.
I know. I knew it was there once I saw those little
Did you see the street signs at that point? Did it make any sense?
Yes,
there?
I knew once I got Robin Williams, I knew it was on Williams Street. So I drove up and down Williams a little bit, and then Denver clicked when you said Rockies. So anyway, yes. So then what had happened was I got to the site and I didn't go, you know where the circle is with all the stuff? I went around those rocks and looked in that way. I literally looked in. But then when I came back, I looked the other direction and noticed on the ground the bowl-shaped rock. And I'm like, frickin' ding dong. And
that's why you didn't see. You probably didn't walk right there in front of it the first time.
Yes, I did not.
Because if you walked around it, you wouldn't see the bowl, the rock that looks like a bowl.
Nope. So that's when it all just clicked. But yeah, I was obsessed a long time with trying to unjumble the letters. Like the first letter of all the capped words, I was determined that there was some extra meaning, but obviously there was not.
I don't know how well you guys are going to see this, but this is
fit in the first clue. Oh, okay, Amanda.
I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that bowl, that rock there, but the leaves you can't tell, but.
Yeah, without the leaves, you're right.
Yeah, without the leaves, you can. It's definitely a bowl.
Yes.
This is the rock. It was underneath the 2 rocks that were behind it, like behind this bowl.
Yep, under another rock. Yeah.
Yeah, and I stuffed it up against the back of the rock, and that other rock was holding it up, so that way, if it snowed, you could still kind of see the top corner of it.
Totally. And then I was nervous because I saw that the landscape crews had come through yesterday and cut all the bushes down. And raked all the leaves.
Oh, they did?
And mowed it. And I'm like, oh, crap, if you put it in the lawn, it's going to be shredded and somebody's going to find it. And
yeah, because I hadn't gone and looked. Like I was just leaving it there until someone either said, I know this is supposed to be here and it's gone.
True.
Or because I didn't want to risk anyone
seeing somebody.
Seeing me there or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, okay, so today's clue, I know that it didn't come out because... someone found it. So today's clue was going to be, hey, hold up there, mister. Put those tulips back. You're on a Boise trail and your hopped garden is on track. You would have definitely known.
Oh, hell yeah.
You would have been done.
Yes.
The lady on the bike is headed east. I hope she watches for wolves. pyramids aren't just in Egypt, and this gold is not for fools.
Got it. Oh yeah, the other thing.
Now all that makes sense to you.
Yeah, and the tulip triggered me too when Dave
Oh,
drove
you did see
by
the tulip?
Tulip Salon.
Yeah,
So
Tulip
that
Salon
one,
is across the
It
street.
triggered, yeah, like little coincidences.
It was all there. Like
Yes.
now that you've been there, obviously.
Yes.
Like so.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go through the riddles, and I'm gonna tell you what everything that I put in there and what it meant.
Cool.
Just for the hell of it. Like.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
So the first one. A robin was whistling in the twigs where I stashed the key. On Dancer, on Prancer, on Comet, on Vixen, it sing out gleefully. A guy ran up yelling, a deer, and out of the village they flew. Behind the bowl, unless there's snow, I'm hidden but in plain view. So Robin was Robin Williams, as we know.
Oh, duh.
Because that's the streets that it's on. I don't know if you can see it, but that's Williams, the corner of Williams and Denver. And this, like those street signs are like right in the middle of the park.
Literally, yep.
And the park's only this big. It's tiny. Like it's not big.
Yeah, and I'm sure you drove by it thousands of times.
Oh. So the robin was Robin Williams.
Okay, that makes sense.
Whistling in the twigs. I knew I was putting the village in there, and I was afraid if I put the village without twigs, people would get it immediately, because when you pull into this area, this is what you're greeted with.
Oh, I seen those.
South Boise Village.
Duh, I didn't get that one.
There's a huge sign in this park that says South Boise Village. And as you pull in on Williams Street, this sign that says South Boise Village, historic neighborhood, is what you see. So I was afraid if I didn't kind of put something that made you get off of the track,
totally,
that it would be immediately found.
Got it. Makes sense.
So on Dasher, they sing it. And so, yeah, the reindeer was just setting up the fact that I needed something, because this deer is in the park. Yeah. And it's on this like little
signpost.
They have these signs there because this park is actually one of the 12 stops that they have in Boise that are historic Oregon Trail parks. And there's little pyramids in each one, and you can go visit each park as the Oregon Trail came through Boise. And this one has information on these posts, and on top of each post, there's something. This one was that. One post had the wheel on it. One post had the bouquet on it. Like, all these posts had something on there. So when a guy ran out yelling, a deer, and out of the village they flew, I was talking about the historic South Boise Village.
Nice.
And this deer that you just saw.
I gotcha.
Behind the bowl, unless there's snow, I'm hidden but in plain view. And the bowl was the rocks we just showed you. So on day one, you would have had to put Robin with Williams.
True.
You would have had to put the deer. The deer was just for when you got there, so that you saw, because you would have never known, unless you've been to that park like she has.
Yeah, but
you would have never known that deer was there, and she probably didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know those little. I knew the signs were there.
You kind of almost don't see them because they're tall.
They are. Yep, it's true.
So then we went to day 2. And I said, the little birdie told me you couldn't find the key. With all the flashing lights, it could be hard to see. While checking out a bouquet, a Canadian said to me, she's a pretty one, eh? And what a bright and shiny key. Like, did you see the flashing lights?
Well, the flashing lights, I believe, were the school lights.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what I kind of
So here's the flashing lights right by the park.
Yep.
Because Garfield Elementary School is like 1 block away. So they have school lights, and they're on the property of this park.
Yep. Good call. Yep. And then the bouquet thing was
and the little birdie, I was just trying to get you back to the Robin Williams still.
Oh, true.
The flashing lights were these. So checking out a bouquet on top of one of those posts was a bouquet, and it talked about this property was donated by the
Hofgartens.
Yeah,
Actually, their name.
their family and
Yeah.
the houses next door, they
Mhm.
donated this property to the city to make a park out of it
Mhm.
for this historic reason of it being part of the Oregon Trail.
Correct.
That's why this park's even there.
Mhm.
So there's a bouquet on top of one of those.
Yeah.
And the Canadian I was just trying to get you to think of Canadian geese to know that it's not going to probably be in the village at that point. I was trying to
Got
get
it.
you off of the village
Oh.
track, thinking
That
geese
makes
aren't going to
sense.
be in the middle of the village.
Yeah.
And then she's a pretty 1A. 1A,
1A.
license plates,
Ada County.
Ada County. So I was trying to at least let people know at that point that guess what? It's in Ada County.
Nice. Good. That's good.
That was kind of the second clue. And at that point, I think I had started putting some Facebook clues out. I don't remember what they were at that time. Like, if anyone remembers and wants to ask me on the side, I'll tell you what some of those Facebook ones meant also.
Yeah. There was like a fire-related one and like a wheel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the fire pole.
Yes.
Like, so day 3, a cat just wandered over and chased the bird away. Oh, back to all the capital letters.
Yeah.
It was in the capital city. It's in Boise. Like,
good.
And so I was putting capital letters everywhere I could. I was constantly putting capital letters, trying to get people to.
That's funny.
To think of Boise in any way, shape, or form. I just was oh my God.
That's a good one.
Okay, so day 3, a cat just wandered over and chased the bird away. Off toward the Rockies, he flew in my dismay. Is that a blimp in Boise? Surely it can't be. I know it's cold, but you are bold. Spread goodwill while you hunt for the key. So the cat wandered over. Obviously, there's Garfield Elementary right there on the corner.
Yeah.
But also the next street from Williams is Garfield Street. Mm-hmm. So it could have been either one of those that I kind of used both of those. That the cat wandered over to get the bird, which was Williams, Robin.
Yep. Got it.
So, and off toward the Rockies, because it was Williams and Denver Street that's on that corner of the park. Then I also, in the same clue, decided to tell you that it was on Boise Avenue and said, is that a blimp in Boise? That was literally to let you know that it was in Boise, and it was also a nod to Boise Avenue. So I was trying to give every street that ran past this thing because I was like, oh my God, it's day 3. Someone's got to find this. And people are looking at me like I'm crazy. They're like, nope, there's no clues in here.
No.
So off towards the Rockies, he flew in my dismay. Mm-hmm. Is that a blimp in Boise? Surely it can't be. That was the whole. I know it's cold, but you are bold. Spread goodwill while you hunt for the key. That was the first time that I put a movie of Robin Williams.
Oh.
Goodwill Hunting. But yeah, I also put the wheel as because
Sneaky.
I wanted to still have you be looking for that wheel that's not, keep that whole thing going too.
That makes sense. Oh.
I know a few of you got Goodwill Hunting. I had seen like a few little things.
Yeah.
Kind of out there that made me think that some people had figured out the Goodwill Hunting thing. So then we go to day 4. What other pictures did I have? Like to show you too. The Boise Village, the rock where it was, the flashing lights. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is the wheel. So this is what was on top of one of the others. Mm-hmm. Like, and then the third one had the bouquet on top of it. And so like, if you were in that location, those things you would have known you were there.
Oh yeah, once you visited.
I can't believe you left once you went the first time. Like, did you not put all the rest of this and go like, it's here?
I know, but then I had to go to my darn appointment.
Oh, got it.
So then I had to leave. But yeah.
So
yeah.
So yesterday, Jack tiptoed through the tulips to hook that big fat cat. The old dogs across the boulevard sure are digging that. I hope these clues don't give you insomnia. You're one of the survivors, dear. if you make the final cut, put on your jeans and strut, you're sure to be man of the year. As you all know now, many of those words are movies by Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Then I also put in there the jeans, because Junkyard Jeans is right there on Broadway. And so I was like trying to throw that in there a little bit. But mainly I was really on this one trying to get, and I put Big Fat Cat because I was trying to get you to think of like the fattest cat you could think of.
Yes. Yeah, that triggered it.
But a lot of these were just like I was like, but then also with this yesterday, I put out the clue that said, I'm going to grant you one more wish. Something about 18.
I've already given you. You said you gave.
Oh, I've already given you 18 clues today.
Yes.
So Grant was the 18th president. Ulysses Grant. That's the street that runs right behind it. So I had now given you the name of one of the streets, like straight up. Because I was like, okay, I'm just gonna tell them just straight up what street there is right next to this. And I was hoping someone would maybe look that up. Google Maps.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's where that clue came from. Amy thought Ferris Wheeler. That makes sense. All the wheel references.
Yeah.
So. And obviously the tulips, like, so Jack tiptoed through the tulips. The white tulip is like right across the street.
Yep.
On Williams.
Yeah.
Then the guy running up yelling, Doc is across the street, and their logo is a guy running.
Oh.
That's why the guy ran up and yelled a deer earlier in that one.
That makes sense.
Then in one of them somewhere, I can't remember where, I had put something about life and life chiropractic in one of the bones. I think somewhere in there, I had mentioned the bones, and then I had mentioned life to try to get people to make those connections of
gotcha. Yeah,
a chiropractor.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But then today's was just like say it was going to be, hey, hold up there, Mister.
Yeah.
For Mr. Wash car wash.
Yeah, that would have.
Put those tulips back for the white tulip. I was going to just tell them everything that was around it.
Yeah.
You're on a Boise trail, Boise Avenue.
Nice.
And trail for the Oregon Trail. And your hop garden is on track, which is the name of the park. But you can't really find that park by that name necessarily. If you Google it up, it doesn't come up by that name.
Yeah, because
it doesn't come up at all as a park on Google Maps.
D is a T. The official name has a T because it's German.
But it still doesn't show up. Like if you zoom in,
well, not on Google Maps.
If you type it in right.
If you type in Hofgarten,
then it does.
Boise, we have a web page. I built it on our website. But yeah, Google Maps, that's a whole nother ball of wax.
Like, and so I was just going to tell people right where it was that route.
Totally.
The lady on the bike is headed east, which it's the bikeway. So there's a big sign right there with a lady biking that says east on it.
Yep. That's right.
I hope she watches for wolves. She would have been headed towards Timberline wolves.
Yeah.
Pyramids aren't just in Egypt, which each one of these little parks have a pyramid.
Yep.
With information on each 4 sides. And this gold is not for fools. That was just
to rhyme it.
To rhyme. Yeah, there was nothing to that. So that's the whole thing in a nutshell. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen this up close, but it's pretty cool. Like, it looks much better in person.
Yeah. True that.
So this is what she gets to take home. So I was going to turn my flashlight on because it's cool with the light on it.
Oh.
When it like sparkles in the light. Ooh, you can't tell down there, but like it's behind this ribbon. But it's got this cool little ornament in the back that's
nice.
So, what kind of questions do you guys have before we go? Like,
oh yeah. Oh, Amanda was asking earlier about the elves, fire alarm.
Everybody wants to know about the elves. So, The elves were just a picture that went out. Like I can't even remember what I said with the elves, but I said something.
Like they're like snow, or
Yeah,
if
and
you
then I
see
said the elves
them,
like if
ask
you
them a
like it.
question.
Yeah,
Or
I
something.
just said if you see them, ask them because I knew everyone was out at the village,
Yeah.
and I was like, people,
Yeah.
like yeah, okay, if you see these elves, ask them. But the elves were just a picture I got off of the internet. They had nothing to do with anything, and they
Yeah.
were what everyone for days. People wanted to know who the
I
elves
was
were.
like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Some things I was like, yeah, like the deer hooves.
but there was
that was
something
just-
in every little piece of the writing with all those pictures. So last
Yeah.
night's picture said, "These neon lights are bright.
Yeah.
These neon lights are sure bright, aren't they?" Or something like that. And I was trying to get you to think of "The Neon Lights Are Bright" on Broadway, the song.
Got it. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And Broadway bars right there.
Mhm.
And it's right off of Broadway, and they put neon lights up in bars, and
Yeah.
that's why there was a neon horse on it.
Okay.
But yet the horse was kind of a nod to that it was on the Oregon Trail. Oh, and then I said batten down the wagon.
Yes.
Was a nod to the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. The one
Rockies.
when you said looking down like that bear, like looking down like that bear, then I knew for sure it was on the ground.
Yeah. Some people were confused about the bear that I put out today.
Yeah, but no.
All that was saying it's on the ground, look down.
Yes,
like
look
in
down.
between some big rocks, because I was kind of thinking of like the buildings being the big rocks and the bear looking down in the middle of them all.
Yeah. Oh, show Amy the picture of the rock, the bowl.
Oh.
Because she missed it. That was there was at the final park. There's a rock that looks just like a bowl.
This is where it was at. Behind this rock that's got a big indentation on the top that looks like a bowl. And it was underneath those other two rocks in the back right there in that little triangle.
Yeah.
I was nervous the first time I went and checked on it. It was still there, but there had been a homeless person there that had left some stuff right there.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting right on that rock. And so I knew they were within 2 feet of it.
Yes.
And they could have just looked down and picked it up, but they didn't.
But no, it was enough hidden to me, like, because there was another rock on top of it, that, yes.
Most of it was hidden so that you couldn't see the whole thing.
Yes.
But you could see that there was something there.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Like, the Rockies, that didn't even cross my mind. That's funny. The Rockies being...
Because every once in a while we kept thinking, oh, maybe, it's around Hawk Stadium next to Idaho.
I forgot that we were, affiliated with the Rockies.
But, yeah. I didn't catch any of the patch references. That's funny. Or any of the... Yeah, it took me until day 4 to Robin Williams at all.
So I hope you all have fun.
Yeah.
Make sure, tell your friends. January 3rd is going to be the next one when we release that. You can get gift cards. Just get a hold of us and we'll get you gift cards if you want to give to friends, and that you can give them out for Christmas.
Nice.
As we grow this, the idea is in the future, we'll only have a maximum of 100 people. So the odds are going to be you're 1 in 100 of winning. And then there will be a lot more money in the pot because there'll be more money to go around.
There's some feedback. Yeah.
Yes.
Good feedback.
Definitely. That's the other thing. We are going to put a poll out and see what people think. Like if they thought this was too hard, if it needs to be easier, to me, it was really easy because I knew exactly where it was. So I was like, people go get it. It's so different when you know where it's at. And you think that people are going to figure this all out so fast and easy. Like, because you're just like, oh, they're going to get it. I know they're going to.
Yes.
So, so we might start New Year with one that's like a little more obvious of what the clues are, but you just got to kind of put a few things together and not have it be quite so in depth.
Yeah.
But my goal is to have them be about 2-3 days. That way, if people are working, they still have the nights to go get their chance before someone finds it on day 1.
Yeah.
So 3 to 4 days max is where I want to be. Like the third day is really good. So I'll probably start making this to where like at least on day 3, the riddles, which I thought day 3 riddle of this one was going to, I thought for sure the fat cat was going to give it away, that someone was going to think of Garfield. Like,
I know. Just so, like you said, it
just
took a while
depends
to
on what
click
people think
things.
of. So
Yeah, it just takes a while to click, and then you're like, oh, face everyone knows. Oh. Well, the fun thing about the challenge is then it takes you to these new places.
yeah, that's the point.
So
Like, so
now
I
go
want
check it out and say, oh, I've been driving by that for 10 years and never stopped.
it's probably
yeah.
more likely always going to be somewhere that even if it's in some place you go all the time, might make you look at something that you don't even know is there. That's kind of the idea with these scavenger hunts, is to get you to explore Boise all over again.
True.
And get you to go to places that you've never been. So, definitely always, if you want like kind of a clue, is to always, you can do a lot of it online and then go look. Like, I always recommend to people, start online, go look, see if you can match one or two things up, then go look. So you're not just running around, because you'll never find it that route.
Yeah. I think that's what we did Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. We just kind of drove like crazies. And I was like, this is not productive.
So I'm thinking about possibly moving the dates to start on Friday at noon, because more than likely it's not going to get found on day one. And that gives more weekend to go get it.
True.
That gives you Friday to kind of look and do research. And if you think you know where it's at, you can run to the village and look all day, and still have Saturday and Sunday to try to still figure it out before you go back to work. So
yeah, that's a good thought. Please.
So yeah, but the funny thing is, the more of these you do, the more you're going to understand like how they all work, and then you're going to be like, these aren't so hard. He thinks he's all brave and cool and can get us. And on day one, you're going to be running out and getting them.
Yeah.
So, any other questions before we head out? All right. Well, I hope you enjoy your treasure. Thanks for playing.
Of course.
Like, I'm so excited that you found the Christmas key. And I hope you guys all play the next one. Like, say it's January 3rd. Tell your friends, sign up. Let's find a bunch of people to do it.
Yeah.
We need 25 people to make it $500 again. And I want to keep every single one of them at $500 or more.
Nice.
So tell your friends and have them sign up. All right.
Bye.
Thanks so much.
Good luck.
Have a good day. We'll see you in a few weeks. Yeah, good job.
Sweet.